I have been caring about my social media likes, my views, my followers for way too long, and it's time to change. If you're feeling the same, then you should watch this video.
Social media.
Social media addiction.
Social media.
An addiction to social media.
Okay, so I have been obsessing over how many likes I'm getting on Instagram, how many views on TikTok and YouTube, how many followers I'm getting, and that's been really detrimental to my mental health. I am known for deleting videos if they haven't performed well, feeling not good enough because I haven't got enough views, and constantly comparing myself to other people. And it's just a really negative way to look at things. I feel like there is such a negative side to social media. So I wanted to make this video to try and spin a positive side on things, trying to forget about all those negative side effects with social media and really just make it a platform for what it is. And I hope these tips will help you. All right. So I feel like personally I've had this thing for as long as social media has been around. I mean, MySpace, if you're as old as me, MySpace didn't really have this issue. It was when Facebook started with the like button, and I think that was the catalyst for how social media has been around, what we care about on social media, and a lot of the time people are spent obsessing over likes and views because they're so visibly accessible to us. Before it was very hidden and you didn't really have to care about that, but now it's very much, oh, how many likes are they getting, how many views are they getting? And I feel like I'm often checking my likes being like, that's not enough, which is silly. One big thing that I've noticed with this is just the mental health impact that this has. I mean, the people who created social media have said that they don't want their kids involved on these platforms due to the mental health impact that this can have. And I've personally experienced, I've seen it with some of my students, I've seen it with my friends, and it's just a really negative side of social media that we have to be really careful about. There was a survey completed by Headspace, and they said that 57% of people have seen a decline in their mental health, and 42% of those was from social media, which is a huge number, and it's clearly impacting people daily. I'm lucky I grew up in a time at school when there wasn't really smartphones, you didn't really have internet on your phone. I'm sounding really old, but that was not a massive issue. But now kids at school, there's phones all the time, you have social media issues, people are comparing their likes, their views, not feeling good enough, and that's just not how these social media platforms were designed, and that's not how they should be used. The apps are designed with these dopamine hits, so when you get your likes, they're in a red button, and every time you see that red button, you want more dopamine. And so that is what's constantly pulling us back to our phones, feeling like every time we get that, we're being validated. And that is why we're reaching for those things. But at the end of the day, I feel like this doesn't really matter. These apps might not exist in the next few years. I mean, look at where Facebook is going, look at MySpace. People don't even know what MySpace is when you tell them this. Instagram has really pushed towards being like TikTok now, and a lot of people aren't liking that. A lot of people are leaving the platform, and so who knows, in a few years that might not happen. So the time and energy we have spent on caring about likes, caring about all these views that we have really shouldn't matter. It should be more about, are you reaching the right people? Are you having a positive impact on social media? And is that how we can share our message? I mean, if it's not reaching the right people, oh well, we tried our best, but it shouldn't be that, oh my God, I haven't got enough likes, I'm a failure, I'm not good enough. That is not the way we should be using social media. Now, I know that a lot of us, including me, use social media for business, and so obviously we want to get the biggest reach we can. But if that's going to impact our mental health in the process, then it's really not a good way of approaching it. So it may be that when we post something, go, if it reaches the right audience and the right amount of people, great. If it doesn't, oh well, we'll learn for next time. I'm going to try not delete my posts from now on. This is the start of this, and I feel like that is just going to be a little bit more of a positive way of reaching social media, going, if it happens, great. If not, oh well, I'm still having fun in the process, and that is what I'm trying to achieve with social media. As I always say, it's never going to be printed on your tombstone how many followers you had on social media. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen, but all those sort of things really don't matter, and we really shouldn't be spending so much energy on that. Number 3 is to post even if no one cares. I mean, this algorithm on all the platforms is changing, I feel like daily. You will nail it one day and you'll use the exact same technique the next day, and then it goes back to square one. So if we're wasting all this time being like, I just had this mastered and it's changed again, that's going to really impact your mental health. So as I said before, we should be focusing on, I reached that view count I wanted one day, didn't work the next day, but oh well, I'll try again. A huge one for me is that the majority of photos online are photoshopped. And this took me quite a long time to work out, sadly, but I was constantly comparing myself to all these girls in beautiful bikinis with like perfect bodies, And then I started noticing that they all had the same face, the same makeup glow, even though they're outside, and it was like spot on. And I noticed that they're all using these Facetune apps that completely change their hair, their look, their slim of their face, and I'm comparing to that going, why don't I look like that? Because no one looks like that. And that is why people are so damaged by social media, because they're constantly going, I need to look like this, I need to be this fit, I need to be this hot, this beautiful all the time, but that doesn't exist. So we have to be really careful. I remember the first time I found out that people that are taking mirror selfies often aren't taking it with an actual selfie phone. They're using their camera on the other end and it looks like a perfect mirror selfie. That was like the first time I was mind blown with Photoshop, and now I just see it everywhere. The pages that are breaking this down, called Instagram versus reality, are insane. You'll see the actual photo of someone and the Photoshop version that they post, and it's just complete opposites. And so please don't compare yourself to people on social media, because they often don't exist. And this one is something that I feel like I really need to do, and a lot of people need to do, is to take a break. I mean, it doesn't have to be a full week break or a full month break. It can literally be just a few hours. Turn your phone off. You don't need to check it. Before bed, put your phone away. If you're posting things that you're really proud of and it only gets a few views, who cares? Does not matter. So take that break, really enjoy yourself, and just try and find the positives in social media. I know it reaches a huge amount of people and there's so many opportunities with it, so there are positive sides to it, but if it's impacting your mental health too much, then there is just really no point to it, and you really gotta be careful. So if you can take those breaks, pop your phone away, turn off the like count, don't check your likes, don't delete videos. All those sort of things are really important in order to protect you. So I hope you enjoyed these tips. These are just some things that I would do in order to make sure that we're using social media as a positive platform and not caring about all the negative side effects that come with it. So I really hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you do in the comments to protect yourself from social media. Maybe we should have that break together, go on a little bit of a hiatus. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye!